Nice. Okay, let's try one last setup like this. I want to see what it looks like if we get some shots. You're just gonna do the same thing.
A color palette is a selection of colors chosen to create a specific visual effect in a design. Color palettes can be used in a variety of ways, from using only similar colors to using opposing colors on the color wheel, and much more. The color palette I used for this shoot was rather simple: red and gray. The red came from Julia's dress, and the gray came from the walls of the building. I chose this color palette because the two colors complemented each other well. The dark gray in the background from the walls was a cool color, and the red from Julia's dress was a warm color. Combining a cool color with a warm color often creates a nice color harmony that is pleasing to the eye. That's good. People like that. Also, I was going for a high society type vibe, and red is a dominant color that portrays that to me. So I wanted the second color in the image to help that red stand out, which I thought the gray did well. And by having only these two colors in the frame, it helped reduce any visual distractions that may have shifted the eye away from Julia, who obviously was the focus of the shoot. So yeah, this is how and why using a limited color palette helped facilitate what I thought worked about these photos.
Looking great. Down a little bit. Yeah, there you go, right there. Yeah, let's stay around that level for the chin. I think that looks the best.
Now, when composing these shots, it was fairly simple to maintain this color palette because the location was pretty bare bones and the walls from the building were massive and hard to miss, so that gave that consistent background color to work with. However, there were things that I had to be mindful of when framing the shots. For example, as you can see here in the background, there are some banners hanging from the railings that weren't part of our color scheme. They were rather small in frame. However, these are the types of little things to be aware of when composing your shots. Because there are so few colors in the photo, even small introductions of another color can stand out in a way that can be distracting and/or alter the vibe of what you were originally going for. This isn't always the case, but just to check the edges of your frame can be really helpful for you to stay true to your original vision. And it's just a good habit to build as well, to be honest. Those edges can wreak havoc sometimes, so if you aren't careful, yeah, just be mindful of these things when you're shooting. I want to conclude by saying, of course, this is not the only way to create portraits. It's just one way, or even just one aspect of one way. I just know a lot of times I found myself after a portrait shoot in post manipulating and adjusting colors to get things quote unquote right. And I've realized often what I'm doing is trying to blend colors and get them more uniform, which is essentially trying to just limit the color palette of the image. But doing it that way can be just time consuming and diabolical, so having the foresight to plan ahead, think about those colors, and nail those colors in camera can be a really great time saver, and honestly usually just looks better too. And starting simple, using a limited color palette, can be a nice, easy way to lead to a successful outcome in the beginning.
And then,
okay, so I think this is where I'll end it for today's video. I hope you found the information to be helpful. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one.